Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake on YouTube. And what we're going to make are actually called quick sourdough chocolate cupcakes. Boy, I tell you, I tried these at a friend's house and, well, they were unbelievable. So I had to ask for the recipe. But I first want to start you off by telling you how I made the quick overnight sourdough starter. And it was really very, very easy. You need 4 cups of lukewarm water. You need 1 package plus 1 tablespoon of active dry yeast. And then stir that, and then add 4 cups of flour. So you need again 4 cups of lukewarm water, 1 package plus 1 tablespoon of active dry yeast, and 4 cups of flour, and mix it well. In fact, I actually made mine in the container in my bread maker and because I felt it could really blend it well and whatever, and I left my machine on for about 6 minutes to really give it a chance to combine everything, and the starter did come out just beautiful. Here's some of it to show you, because this recipe calls for 1/2 cup. It just is so smooth and so creamy, and I used, you can use it up to about 3 hours after you make it, but I found using it overnight. Just make sure that it's covered out on, in a jar or a bowl with some saran wrap and that, whatever. And I actually use my starter overnight. But again, you can quickly use it after about 3 hours. But I think you'll prefer to leave the starter overnight. But anyway, let's get to the recipe. Here's another it's quick, it's easy. I'm using my stand-up because of the video, but you certainly can use your hand mixer for it. And what I like about it is all the ingredients are put in all together at one time, and then it's mixed. So let's begin. You need 1 cup of granulated sugar. You're going to put 1 egg that I've had at room temperature, and if you notice, I'm just putting everything in. You're also going to use 1/2 cup of baking cocoa, and that's, the original, and unsweetened. Don't use the hot chocolate ones. You're going to be putting in 1/2 cup of butter. Now, you don't have butter, you don't use butter, you can use margarine. I cut it up into small pieces, and it's softened that it's been on the counter. Okay, so you don't want it, rock hard or cold when you put it in. You're also going to put in 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Again, I love this recipe that you can just, put everything in at one time. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. You're also going to put 1/2 cup of milk. You're going to put that 1/2 cup of starter that I made and left it out overnight. I actually made it in the container of my bread maker, but you can of course do that in a bowl. Don't forget to cover it though. And just a couple more things here we'll put in. We're going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And this is when you'll want to combine everything. Now mix it or beat it vigorously, okay? And I make 12 cupcakes, but they're quite large. You might want to make and get 15 cupcakes if you want the smaller ones, but I like the high domed ones. Now I'm going to just turn up my mixer, so I'll warn you about the speed. Now, you can see how fast and quick that was. Again, at a very high speed. I'm just going to take my excess off. It has this wonderful chocolate smell to it. And when you bake it, your whole kitchen, oh, it will smell so good. It really will. I'm going to put that aside. Now I'm going to show you what the batter looks like. Just going to give it a good stir. Blend that bottom. And I hope that you can see it. It is so rich and silky and creamy, the mixture. And then, as I said, you can really smell that beautiful chocolate and that butter. And then when you bake it, oh, everybody's coming in the kitchen wondering when these sourdough chocolate cupcakes are ready. And I'm just going to use my large scoop here. And as I did mention to you, I make them very generous. Now, if you want to make them smaller, you know, fill it about 2/3. And I'm using my my paper here for the cupcakes. Okay, and then of course you get the idea. Now I get 12 nice domed cupcakes. Now you're going to put them in an oven at 375 degrees, and they could take you anywhere from, oh gosh, from 15 minutes to 20 minutes. It really depends on your oven, because as we realize, all our ovens set up so differently. But watch them, you know, use your cake tester or a toothpick or whatever to make sure that, you know, that they are done, that type of thing. And then of course, when they come out of the oven, put them on a cooling rack. Now you can put whatever kind of frosting that you want, or dust it with powdered sugar. And I want to show you what they look like now once they bake up. And this is what they'll look like. Now, I purposely didn't frost them because I wanted you to see them as is, of the high domes that they have on these beautiful cupcakes. And here is actually the rest of them that came out of the 12. So let's cut one open so that you have a better idea of the crumb, the texture of them. Let me first show you the bottom of this beautiful little cupcake here. They come out just beautifully on the bottom. Okay, and this is when I cut them open. I hope that you can see, because what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to press on the crumb. If you could see how light and how moist this is. And here, I'm just going to take my knife to show you how delicate the crumb is pulling away from this cupcake, and then how moist and how light and delicate. These are just literally, they just melt in your mouth. They have a great chocolate taste to them, and then they have that little bit of tang to them, or tangy flavor to them, and they're absolutely delicious, and they're really easy to make. The hardest thing is just waiting for your starter. And keep in mind, that starter, you could start using it after about 3 hours, but I would suggest to let it try overnight. I think you'll like the results better. Well, there you have it. We've made quick sourdough chocolate cupcakes. Again, I'm sorry I won't have the list of ingredients below my video, as I've been mentioning in all my videos. There's folks that are taking my work, and I'm certainly not alone, on YouTube, and bringing them to other locations and whatever. You can, I only place my videos on YouTube. So I hope you check out my channel. If you're so inclined, you want to subscribe, well, that would be fantastic, and I can't thank you enough. Or if you want to ring the bell, give me a like, or you know what, try these. Let me know how you liked them. Tell me how it came out. I will answer you in a timely fashion. I love hearing from you once you try the recipe and let me know your results, okay? So I want to thank you once again for watching Diane Lovetobake on YouTube, and I will see you soon.